What's good? What's good? We are hopping into this video with another mod for the legendary 2005 STI. And today, as you can see right here, we are installing the Neomax Silver's coilovers for the Subi. So ultimately, we can put these wheels on the car and make the car look perfect, just right, spicy. Let's go. We're hopping right to it. We already got started here with Tony, my boy.
What's up?
Got the OZ wheels off and we got the strut off. So now I'm just gonna unbox the coilovers, set the preload, and we're gonna get to installing. We're doing the fronts first, so we're just gonna unbolt the other wheel and take the strut off on the other side, and we should get right to it here. We just finished unboxing the coilovers and now we're gonna set the preload. All right, we're setting the preload right now. What you wanna do is loosen up this bottom perch so the spring is loose here. And then bring the spring all the way up to the top and then tighten this lower perch just until it touches the spring and there's no more play. So right about there. And as you can see, there's no more play. And now you bring this lower perch and you tighten this here. You tighten it all the way up. So there's no more play here. And now we're gonna tighten this. We're gonna essentially compress this 5 millimeters here, and then we'll retighten it. All right, so we got the springs all ready to set our preload, and there's no more play over here. So you tighten this bottom perch until there's no more play. And then we're gonna set the preload to 4 millimeters, and every full rotation on this coilover is 2 millimeters. So we're just gonna spin it twice and call it there. So we're just gonna mark our spot here where we're gonna stop, and we'll do 2 full rotations, and that will be our 4 mil preload. All right, we got the first coilover in. We're tightening everything up, and we're gonna move to the other side. All right, we just finished up with the fronts. Now we're doing the rears. The fronts weren't too bad. We adjusted the height, and it's about it looks a little bit lower, but we're gonna adjust it later. We wrapped up the coilover install, but unfortunately we messed up just a little bit. The height, we messed up on the height, unfortunately. We raised the car, actually. I should have done more research, but we're just kind of like eyeballing it, and we thought we had it, but that's okay. That's a project for another day. We'll just dial in the height of the car another day. But the coils are on the car, so we got the job done. We just need to dial in the fitment, and she should be good. Then we can throw on the new wheels for the car. You guys stay tuned for that, because there's some sick ass wheels. The color is going to go hard on this car. That's going to be a wrap for today. I'm a little upset that we messed up the height. That's okay. It is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so we finished installing the coilovers the other day, and we're back in the garage today because unfortunately we actually raised the car slightly. The front isn't too bad, but the front definitely has to go lower, and the rear definitely has to go lower. So I measured it out earlier. The rear has to go 2 inches lower to give me like a finger gap, and the front has to go 1.25 inches lower to give us the perfect height for the 18s that we have hiding back over there in the corner. So Tony's on his way right now. He's almost here. We're gonna get to work and we're gonna get these all fixed up and measured out. So we're gonna go 1.25 inch lower here, and in the rear we're gonna go 1.5 inch lower. With 18s, that should give us about a finger gap. So we're gonna start off with that and see where that gets us. We're getting the wheels off, and we decided we're gonna do 1 inch lower in the front and then 1.5 inch lower in the back. Alright, so the way you adjust these Neomax Silver's coilovers is actually with the bottom. This whole bottom part spins where it mounts to the actual car. So we had to unbolt these 2 bolts from the knuckle, and now we measured out 1.5 inch here. And also every full rotation is 2 mil on these. So essentially 13 rotations should be about 1 inch and then a little bit more.
19's right, is on the money.
Yep, 19, perfect. That's about 1.5 inch. So we did 19 full rotations to get 1.5 inch drop, because every full rotation is 2 millimeters, so it's 1.5 inch would be 38.1 millimeters, exactly 19 spins. And now we're just gonna mount everything back up, and that should put us at the exact height we want. Let's go. We just finished up lowering the car, and it turned out perfect, exactly what we're going for. So about a 1 finger gap in the rear and 1 finger gap in the front. The only boo-boo we we did, unfortunately, we did a boo-boo.
Yeah.
We broke 2 studs here. So we're gonna have to fix that, but that's for another day. But height-wise, this thing is dialed in. Hell yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So the car is sitting right. Should be perfect with the new wheels. We're gonna have to see once we get them on. If anything, we can adjust it. But I think the 1 finger gap right here should be perfect. It won't be slammed, but it'll be hella flush. But we gotta fix those 2 wheel studs. So that kind of sucks. Rookie mistake, but it is what it is. We'll get them fixed up. Unfortunately, we can't get the new wheels on today. We're gonna pick this video up another day. What's good, what's good? We're hopping back into the coilover install video, and today we're gonna be heading over to the tire shop and we're gonna be mounting the new tires and the new wheels that we have for the car. So that's gonna be dope. But as I mentioned before, we messed up when we're adjusting the height of the coilovers. Unfortunately, we broke 2 studs over here. But today, I'm grabbing the tires, I'm grabbing the new wheels, and we're heading over to the tire shop. I'll catch you guys up on the road. Let's go. Perfect. Just the perfect fit on this SUV. We got 4 wheels in there and 4 tires. Now we're about to head over to the tire shop, get them mounted and balanced. Let's go. Let's go. Comment down below. Tell me if you guys want to see some content with this car. Should we do something to this car? It's an M40i. I feel like this car needs some love. Comment down below if you guys want to see something done with this car and what. We're about to pull up to Discount Tire to get these tires mounted up. We're dropping them off and we're gonna come back at the end of the day. They're gonna be able to get it done for us today, and then we're gonna head back to the crib and get started on the stud repair. That's gonna be fun. Just dropped the tires off with the boys at Discount Tire. They're gonna take care of us and we'll come back later. Thanks, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We're leaving the tires with the boys at Discount Tire. We're gonna be back later and we're heading back to the crib and we're gonna get working on the STI. So it shouldn't be too bad. You just take the rear wheel off, you take the caliper off, you take the rotor off, and you can actually leave the hub assembly on the car and you just take the ABS ring off and you're able to hammer out the studs there and get them through a hole on the hub. So the video's coming up. Stay tuned for that. We're on our way back to the crib. We're gonna pick up the wheels later and we're gonna get going on the STI. We got to fix those studs. I really want to make the season opener at Tow Factory this Saturday, so that's the goal. Should be able to make it. I have an appointment for an alignment on Wednesday and the wheels are getting mounted today. I'm gonna get the stud fixed up today. If not today, tomorrow, but I feel like I should be able to do it today. We should be able to make the season opener at Tow Factory. It should be a sick turnout, so stay tuned for that. Why don't we do a little pull on the M40i? This thing's got a little kick to it, stock. It's just really quiet. Definitely needs a pipe to wake this thing up. But for what it is, you know, stock form, it's got a kick to it. All right, let's do a rollout peel from the stop sign. We might as well launch it. This thing shifts so nice. Perfect daily. What's good, what's good? We're hopping into this video with another banger. Today we are repairing what we unfortunately messed up when we're installing the coilovers. We were adjusting the height and we got the height perfectly measured out. We have a finger gap all around, front and rear, but unfortunately we snapped 2 rear studs. So that is the project for today. And we have a care package that arrived today. We have some new studs. We only need 2, but I got 4 just in case. You know, it's always good to have a little extra. And we have this tool here that's gonna help us put the stud on the hub without taking off the hub. And we have a brake caliper hanger. So we're gonna get going here now. This care package over here is gonna give us what we need to do this repair today on my 2005 STI. We're about to start the mission and I'm about to jack up the car. We're gonna jack it up by the rear diff. She's all jacked up and I'm ready to get to work. Let's go. Alright, as you guys can see, we got 2 broken studs right here. So the next thing I have to do is take up the caliper, and there's 2 bolts back here. Should pop her off. Alright, so there's 2 17 milliliter bolts holding in the caliper, so I'm gonna get these off now. Let's start with the top one. Usually people are worried about these bolts snapping. Now they're just hand tight. Alright, now we can get the caliper off. So yep, just 2 17 milliliter bolts and she comes right off. Alright, we got this brake caliper hanger over here and we're just gonna hang it over here. Damn, by the way, those are crispy clean. Definitely got to ceramic coat these and clean these up before the show that we got this Saturday. We got to make that show on pump. Let's go. You guys stay tuned because this Saturday we're going to Tote Factory to show off these new wheels. Let's go. All right, we're getting the rotor off here now. We couldn't hammer it off, unfortunately, but if you put 2 bolts in here, these are M8 by 1.25, and just screw it on through these dedicated holes, the rotor actually comes out. So we're gonna do that right now. Yup, it's moving. She's off. Let's go. Hell yeah. All right, now we're gonna get the rotor off. Hell yeah. Put these to the side. Get this thing off. All right, let's go. Hell yeah. Now we got the excess over here. We got the ABS ring, so we got to loosen up these 5 bolts and then we can hammer out these studs. All right, we got the ABS ring off. It was just these 5 bolts over here, so that's loose, and we got this spring that holds the tension on the parking brake. We got it off. That's coming out, and then now we're gonna take this out to give us room to get the new studs in through this space over here. And now we're gonna hammer the stud out. Boom. Damn, bro. Shit.
Yeah.
First try, that was sick. 1 more to go, and then, dude, I think we're gonna be able to throw the freaking wheels on today, bro. Dude, I'm pumped.
If I can get this thing out here. See, the hard part, these are cracked. So putting the new ones in is gonna be a little more difficult because they're a lot longer and it's pretty tight in there. So we'll see what we can do here.
According to YouTube, it's doable, so I think we'll be able to do it, but I guess we'll find out. 1 more stud. Hell yeah. All right, new studs coming in soon. All right, so once you get the parking brake set screw out and the spring that holds it in place over here, it creates just enough room where you can rotate this assembly and you can get the new studs in through here. Watch how easy these new studs get through there. Boom.
Boom.
That's it. And now we got this tool over here that makes it super easy where we could just impact the new studs in. Once you have the new stud in, you just put this tool I got off Amazon, a stud installer tool, and you put that on the stud. And then you put this thing over it, and then you just tighten it from this side, and then it's gonna set the stud in there. It's gonna push it through and seat it in place. So this is a 19, and we're just gonna impact her into place.
Oh yeah.
Let's check from the back. That's perfect. It's on there tight. Beautiful.
All right, let's grab another one.
Right here.
There we go. That should be good. Pop this in here. We're gonna have to rotate this just a bit. Let's try that. Go. That's good.
This stud installer makes the job a lot easier. Instead of using washers, it's worth it. It was like 15 bucks on Amazon. Oh yeah, looks like they're seated in place. Ain't going nowhere.
I think we could actually go a little more.
A little more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I could feel it a little bit in
There's a little gap. There's a little gap, but it's better that we didn't overdo it.
Yep.
I'll just take a gander in here as I go. There it goes.
You saw it move a little bit?
Yeah. It's perfectly on there now.
Perfect. Good call.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry though, man.
Not too bad of a job, but definitely we want to do it right. Saw it move a little bit too?
Yep. Alright, all good. Now to get the ABS ring and the parking brake back on. Let's line up where we had it.
So we made a mark here to line it up. There it is.
There it is.
Now we're putting in the ABS bolts in that holds the ABS ring in.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Alright, then we're gonna get this bad boy on there. This is the fun part.
Hell yeah.
That was
it.
That was
Clicked
good right
in.
there. I'm happy about that one.
Dope. Two studs are fixed, parking brake is all touched up and tight, ABS ring is tight. Now we're throwing the rotor back on. Now we're just getting the caliper back on. We threw the caliper back on the rotor and we're tightening these two 17 mil bolts back here. That's perfect.
Alright.
Not too tight. And just like that, we repaired two studs on the 2005 STI. Hell yeah. Good shit, bro. Now we're throwing on the new wheels and we're gonna see how our height measurements did. So, like I mentioned earlier, we did a finger gap all around, but these like to sit lower in the rear than the front. So we have to throw on the wheels and just see how it sits. I think it'll be perfect. It's looking mean so far. Good. Me and Tony finished the business. We fixed the studs.
Yeah.
And we got the new wheels on the car and everything is perfect. We dialed in the height. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a finger gap all around. And with these 2005 STIs, you're worried about the rear sitting lower than the front. And I think we did a good job because it's about a finger gap all around and it actually settled a little bit. I just pulled it out of the garage, so it might even settle a little more. But there's a finger gap here, tight finger gap in the front, and about a finger gap in the rear. And when you look at it from the side, it just sits really nice. It doesn't seem like the rear is lower than the front. If anything, maybe the front is a tiny bit lower than the rear, but I think it's perfect. Anything lower than this, it's just gonna be harder to drive around town and, you know, worried about bumps and stuff. I think this will be a pretty good height. Right, Tony?
100%. And when you give it a good rip, those backs, it'll be good that they're up just a little higher because you're going to come up like that.
It's going to squat a little
It'll
bit.
squat a little bit.
Same with this side. We really dialed in the height perfect when we adjusted it. In the beginning, we messed up a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was a learning experience for sure. Like there was a couple things that went wrong. Like we broke a couple wheel studs and we figured it out. We fixed it though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's always a learning experience.
But when we went back to adjust it, honestly, it's perfect.
Yeah.
We don't have to adjust it anymore from here.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So the left side here, again, finger gap in the rear. And then in the front, a tight finger gap. So I think it's looking solid. We got the alignment tomorrow. So we're going to wrap up this video and we'll catch you guys up soon. Peace out.